Denzel Washington is back as Robert McCall as Equalizer 3, the final installment in the trilogy, as we see that the Equalizer is in Italy as he's helping the citizens in this small village on how to handle this mafia that has been terrorizing them for months or probably years. The movie is directed by Antoine Fuqua, starring Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning. And this is very funny because Dakota Fanning and Denzel Washington, this is their first movie reunite after 20 years because they starred in the movie Man on Fire. So it was really good to see them reunite and have that chemistry of them working together, like actually like blossom. It felt like they never missed a beat because 20 years has been a long time. And then even through this trilogy or Equalizer 3, you can just see like their chemistry just worked. Their chemistry just flowed together. And of course, the movie is carried by Denzel Washington because he just carried this movie all the way up to the moon with his charismatic, his charm, just his great acting because just how he is. Because when it showcased that he is this nice guy and that he cares for the people, it shows. When it showcased that he has to be like mysterious and not trying to blow his character, his cover when it comes to the CIA agent, and he just showcased that charm and welcoming feeling. It was just great, but also too it does showcase his sinister style. And that's something that the movie really does a good job because it's not just like fists and guns that Denzel does to actually eliminate his characters. He's just a full-blown slasher. This man has become Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, and especially to how he was able to eliminate the bad guys. It was like a horror movie styles. There was even like some point of the movie where Denzel was right behind the bad guys, like towards the end or like the final act where he's infiltrating in the bad guy's mansion, and the guy's like checking the cameras to see like where is everyone just patrolling throughout the whole night. And you just see how Denzel is just standing behind him and how like the stance was, it was kind of like how Jason will like stand with his machete ready to actually go on ahead and just kill the person. So it was just great to see how Denzel was able to eliminate these bad guys and how he does it like so calm, so quiet, because there's certain scenes where you can just see how the bad guys just automatically just get hit and it just comes out of nowhere. You're just like, wait, what? Like you just blink and then all of a sudden you just see them just dead, or you just see how Denzel just pop up out of nowhere and just completely just kill them. But the movie, even though the actions and the kills are good, and there are some very, very good kills. The movie focused on Robert and how he's in Italy and how he's connecting with the people in the village and how much he becomes friends with them, how much that he actually likes being there, how much that he really does care for them, and how much they care for him, and how, they see him as their own. And it's a really good scene. And especially too, it's like an hour of it where you just see how Robert is building that connections with the town folks and how much cool they are with him. And so it was just kind of something that was just very sweet. And it was kind of something that kind of like mellowed down and kind of like bring like a drama, or kind of like bring like a sweet moment into it, like a suspense moment, because that trouble is about to happen because the mafia wants to take over this town. So, of course, you're going to feel bad for these people because what the mafia does, they do horrible things, or like, of course, they do like typical mafia stuff when they actually want to terrorize, the whole citizens. And there's going to be some minor spoilers of it, of what I'm going to say. So, the minor spoilers is that the reason why Denzel is actually in Italy is because he has to do this mission. And so, of course, when he's doing this mission, if you guys saw the trailer, like the trailer of the movie, the trailer kind of like spoils like the beginning part of the movie. Like, yeah, so the scenes where he says 9 seconds, that's the beginning part of the movie. And of course, they don't do the slow motion. So like in the trailer to do the slow motion on like how he's able to eliminate the bad guys, but in the actual movie, he just does it like in normal speed. So after he's done with them, or he thinks that he's done with them, the mafia was able to catch him slipping and they were able to injure him. But of course, he comes upon this village, they heal him up. And while in the course of the time he's being healed, he's actually connecting with the village. And that's where the movie kind of like slows down. They slows down when he's actually like healing and having a connection and bonding with this village and actually liking it. And you can't really blame him because the how the village is where it is very beautiful. Like it's very nice and neat, and it's kind of just gives you that feeling like, hey, you know what, I want to live there too, because it's so peaceful, so relaxing. Everyone's just get along and everything else. It's just somewhere where you just want to go on ahead and just be there, because it isn't definitely like a community where they actually do help each other out, and how they spend time together, and how they do feel like a family. Now, when it comes down to like Denzel, they do hint on the main reason why he's in Italy in the first place, but you won't figure out the answer towards the end, because what he was doing was a simple mission, and it later turns into something that was very much bigger. So that's just how would describe why he's in Italy. So throughout this movie is fantastic. Like how the movie first starts, it starts intense, fast, and everything else, but then it slows down for like the good 20 minutes of this movie. It goes fast, intense, suspense, and everything else, and then it just slows down. But it's a nice slowdown, and then it goes on ahead and picks it up during like when it's coming towards like the end of the second act and the third act. That's when everything starts to pick back up, and the movie does a good job, because like I said, Denzel, he carries this whole movie with everything else. Now when it comes to Dakota Fanny, her character, they do specify that her character hasn't been there in the CIA for that long, so she has like a rookie atmosphere and a rookie take, because there were just certain things that she was doing that it was just like, you don't have to be the equalizer to know that she is a Fed. But the chemistry between her and Denzel was just very great and very awesome to see, because it just fit well and it flows well. But her character as the CIA, who's just most likely is just trying to figure out what's going on and try to take down the bad guys, but she's very unsure to trust Robert, but eventually she's able to trust him. It's just very great. It was something that was just very good. Her character was just very kind of like her character was very enjoyable. But everyone else, like the town folks in Italy, they were very likable. This whole movie was just really. Now, when it comes down to the negative, I will honestly will do have to say, when it came down to that pacing, when he's connecting with the people, I feel like it was a little bit too long, because there are certain things where you kind of do zone out. But other than that, like it wasn't that bad. Another thing I will have to say is that the villains, like the final villain, wasn't that strong or credible. I really do feel like if they could just kind of just focus on the people who were like, the actual people who were doing like the terrorizing, like the hand terrorizing thing, I think they were better. But at the same time too, it was just kind of weak. Other than that, like all I have to say is that this movie was just really good overall. Like if you guys like Denzel, if you like good kills, like great action and everything else, then this is a movie for you. And like I said, the movie, they kind of like know that Denzel is old, so they kind of like play with the round of like retirement and how he's able to eliminate the enemies. But other than that, this is a solid movie. I'll give this an A, and I will give this rating a B. Sorry, not a rating a B, an 8 out of 10. Sorry. This is an A, and I'll give this movie like an 8 out of 10. Other than that, like let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this movie. If you guys do like it, if you don't like it, let me know down in the comment section. If you guys think which one was better, which one out of the trilogy is better, 1, 2, or 3. Let me know down in the comment section. But if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monotone Man, and sorry for rambling. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out here. Peace.